Hello again, it's me, and this is my new story video. So, welcome. I'm not really too sure what it's about just yet, but we'll come to that later. Now, if you will be so kind as to join me on my little jog around this place. Well, a lot of things have been happening over the past few whatevers. But I am going to tell you a story about something that happened a long time ago. It was back when I was a noob in Ascalon City. When I used to act like an idiot and dance in the main courtyard. And the Baron would tell me stories about the good old days, just like I am doing now. Then he would take me to see the battles between the humans and the Char. And they were really boring. Then one day Prince Rorik told me that he wanted to retire, but he was too young. I laughed at him. Then he said he was going to tell his father that I laughed at him. I told him not to, but he wouldn't listen. So I ran. When I got outside, there was some kind of hideous monster there. I tried to tell it to go away, but it wouldn't. I tried to scare it, but my attacks had no effect. So I ran. But the beast kept following me. Every time I turned around, she was there. So I ran as far as I could to try and get away. I managed to escape, but then I thought, if I just leave it there, it might harm somebody else. So I grabbed my bow and went to go and do something about this beast. I looked at it straight in the eye, and it looked back at me, but then I whipped out my bow and started to fire arrows at it. It started shooting some kind of lightning bolts at me. But then it died. Then I saw another of these beasts, except this one wasn't as ugly. I told it to take me to its leader so I can give him a good beating. But he said no, so I killed him. Later on, I saw a big bag of money on the floor and picked it up. Wasn't that exciting? So as you can see, it had been a very eventful day. But that was nothing compared to what happened next. I saw a huge bull. I didn't know what to do, but then I remembered that I could use the purple fuzz. So I used the purple fuzz on the bull, and it came running over. Then I started shooting it with my bow. I used a few more purple fuzzes on it, and after a while I even used a blue fuzz. Then I finished it off with another purple fuzz. Hurrah! Then a bit later on that day, a man told me that he didn't like my bow, and he thought it was too green. So I sulked and walked off to the farm. But when I got to the farm, a huge worm popped out of the ground. I was about to shoot it, but I couldn't use my bow because it was too green. Then I whipped out my magic stick and killed the worm with it. And that's the end of the story, folks. Any questions?